Waking up in unfamiliar surroundings can be a bit unnerving when you are not used to it. The sights and sounds that you've grown accustomed to are replaced with the sounds of soldiers marching in formation and their commanders shouting orders to subordinates. But as I began to stir from my sleep, I took notice of the enticing aroma of well-prepared food. It was not a scent I recognized, but it made my mouth water and I could start to feel my stomach growling. As our group began to assemble in the center of the room, a couple of moderately dressed servant girls brought trays of food and presented them to us. They were followed in by the two soldiers we had met the night before. Again the younger man greeted us with a warm good morning. His Majesty has had a proper meal prepared for you. Please enjoy it, and when you are finished we will begin separating and inventorying the weapons and help you prepare for your return home. I knew the task I was assigned by my master was close at hand, and even though I was a bit nervous still, I was completely distracted by all the wonderful dishes that had been prepared for us. It all looked so delicious I just couldn't wait to begin eating. My sister-in-law motioned for us to sit as we prepared to enjoy our meal together. She pointed out a few dishes for me to sample that she thought I would enjoy. Each bite, whether it was sweet or spicy, brought such great joy to my palate. The texture of the meat and the delicate pastries were both filling and completely satisfying. Although we eat really well in our village, nothing I've ever put in my mouth could compare. My sister-in-law seemed to be laughing at me as I reached around to try the many delicacies. As I looked around the room at my fellow travelers, they all seemed to be so happy enjoying this meal together. Again, I began to feel that warm bond of my fellow villagers. As we concluded our meal, the maidens began to collect the empty dishes and leftover food. Although I felt quite full and surely would not be able to eat another bite, I watched with a feeling of loss as they removed the delicious food from in front of me. As the young maidens left the compound area, two men entered and met with the two soldiers that had been coordinating all the activities since we arrived. They were both dressed in scholarly attire. One an elder who appeared to command a lot of respect from all those around him, and the other clearly was this man's assistant carrying his bags and walking behind him. They entered into the large building where we were all assembled, and his assistant cleared a desk so the elder could be seated comfortably. The assistant reached into a bag and pulled out ledgers and a brush along with an ink block to start recording the details of this transaction. As the elder looked around the room at us to determine who would be leading this exchange, I for a brief moment forgot that person was me. My sister-in-law nudged me and motioned me to approach the desk and greet the elder. I'm not sure why I was so hesitant, but I truly felt uneasy as I made my way forward and positioned myself before him.